welcome. I am going to be doing a live pruning chunks, etc. for what I normally do for GuildRock. Just showing you. So first of all, you need to get Amulet. Just get the latest version. Whenever you're going to do this, just go to Amulet and make sure you get the latest version. And then the other one I use is Unmined. So apologies if this is a little all over the place. This is not the way that I normally do things. So just got to make sure that I got everything where it should be. So I have downloaded a copy of the server, so it's running on a Minecraft Bedrock. Sorry, is it Bedrock BDS? That one. Just let me grab it real quick off camera, just in case, because I'm not 100% sure that I have not done things that don't give away locations or etc. Alright, so let me show you, back up a sec, server. So it's running on Server Pro. So just showing you where I've gone real quick. So when you open up the thing, go to Files, come down to Worlds, and then you literally click on GuildRock 7. So I've saved some of the old backups down there. And then you hit download and you get to where I am now. So that gives you a tar like this. And I want to make sure I don't accidentally expose anything. No, that's all fine. So what we want to do is extract this. Sorry. Extract all. Okay, that's all fine. That was lucky. So actually I just extracted to that same spot. So it's doing all that. And we get this folder here, double there. Alright, so now we want to turn this into a world download. So, add to archive. Sorry for the paranoia. There's strange people out in the world. One can never be too sure. Alright, so we want to add to archive. So I just go to GRS ra MC world, and I shouldn't have done that first. You've got to make it zip. Okay, now it is creating that real quick. Hi Tanya. Figured it'd probably be easiest to just do it this way. How's my audio this time? I've been playing around with it after you said that it was really quiet, and I went back and realized, yeah, it was super quiet. I had the gain set wrongly. So once we've done that, this is our world download, which is the whole thing. So just double click it, open it up, and it will import into Minecraft. And there we go. I always make a copy of it immediately, loud and clear. Excellent, good to hear. Hey Red, how's it going? I think it's probably because I got a few worlds, but yeah, my settings always take forever to open. So I always make sure to make a copy of this, and the copy is going to be useful later on when we use Unmined. So if you missed it at the beginning, I'm using Amulet and Unmined for these. Apologies, I'm used to working on multiple monitors and now I've lost all my stuff. Where'd I put it? Okay, so then if you open up your Mojang Minecraft Worlds one, if you sort by date modified, which it was 10 seconds ago. Why is it not doing that now? Yeah, sort by date modified, you'll see the two versions in there, so you'll either need to remember that or whatever. So we need to open... Oh my gosh, I am all over the place today. Sincerest apologies. So I have already downloaded the latest versions of Amulet. So let's run that real quick. And the other one is Unmined. So Unmined here, I typically have that running on the other side, but yeah, it's going to be challenging, but we'll get through it. So we want to open worlds, and so the Amulet one is the original one, the one that you want to be working on. And the Unmined one is going to be the other one, which I have forgotten what I called it. Amulet will take its sweet time to do, so it's going to be... Let me double check which one it was. Nope. Come on. So I think it's going to be the BEH. So we got down to GuildRock. There should be a GuildRock S7 copy somewhere. No? What have I done? Copy of. Alright. Copy of GuildRock S7. This one. This is the one. So we want to open... I usually start with the end. We open this one. So this is going to be our reference. And we have a look, kind of look around to see whether people have gone exploring. I use the Unmined as my reference to essentially check all that. And to save some memory space, etc. I usually close down my Minecraft. Oh, the galahs are back. I usually close down Minecraft while I'm working on this. So basically we have to clear out this area here, and we've got to make sure that we don't accidentally delete one of the end gateways, because that would be bad. So let's move that out of the way for now. This is open. And so we're going to open Amulet. So open the world in Amulet, and this is where we're going to do the pruning. So parts of this are going to be repetitive and boring. Parts of it are, well, I mean, I had to figure it out myself, so I figured probably best to just show everything, and when people watch the replay they can skip forward, and if they're jumping on live they can ask questions. So, oops. Right click and drag it around so that you can see. So it's okay if these don't quite display properly. Freaked me out the first time, but it's fine. So I want to change that to 2D and change it to the end. Just load that in while I am trying to find... What did I call it? Where did I put it? Sorry. Trying to find my list of locations. Oh. It was exactly where I thought it would be. So I have this in here, I have this, all the locations for all the stuff that is outside. So these are all the end gateways. And I don't know why that closed down. Why'd you close down? Stop it. Gremlins in my machine. Wait. What are you doing? Killing me, bro. Maybe it doesn't like the drawing behind the screen. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. So we switch this over to chunk. And because I've confused my... Oh, it's not liking... It's not liking the way it's doing that. Let's put these side by side. Yeah, it was an issue with amulet. Okay, so we'll go down here. Might be very difficult to see on the screen, but just looking down here, it'll show me the coordinates. So 860, 700. So let's go to the start. So we've got our end gateway here that we've got to preserve. Load it in a little. Shift this over. So, because this is in close with the gates, I think the best thing to do will be, let's select these, making sure that we don't get the gate, and then we hit delete chunks, and then nope. And that's done. Stop it. Is it Control D? Yeah, Control D is the one that deselects. So once we're out of this area here, so you just select different areas. Once we're out of this area here, it will be a lot easier. So I'm now going to go all the way out to, so because of the way that the end gates work, I usually like to just kind of cycle, I guess, through here, and whoop. I'm on my recording mouse, which is a lot quieter, but it's also a lot smaller, and it's not as good as my main mouse. So I'm just kind of going through here, just briefly seeing if I can find any end gateways, because sometimes they generate further out. I know there's Is GuildRock. Here we go. We've got that's not one. It likes to trick you. So I'm just kind of giving it a rough look, seeing if there's any end gateways, particularly towards the end, because I'm guessing some people might use those, and I want to preserve them. I already checked that one. That's not it. Okay, that's all fine. So we're going to go out to, where are we? This is about 4,200, 1,800. So I'll push that out of the way. You can go away. Don't need to be seeing that all in the background. So back on amulet, Control D. Now we can zoom out and go. That's another gateway there. So let's go from here, and you'll see the coordinates change up there. So it's WASD to move it. So what was it? 4,000, and then yeah, that should cover it. Delete chunks. Now you can double check that you didn't do anything silly like select areas that you shouldn't be selected. It's always good to double check your work. So we hit delete chunks, hit no, and then we hit save. And that will be it for, remember this is a copy of the world. So worst case scenario, we've always got a copy we can go back to. All right, there's been no more exploration there. So what I usually like to do after this point here, oops, stop it, sometimes it gets stuck on things. After this point here, I like to close down the world, like to save, no, because I already saved it, and then reopen it. And while that's going on, let's jump over to the overworld. Let me check stream, sorry. This seems so tedious. Yes, yes it is. Why do you avoid removing gateways? Because they don't regenerate in, which is super annoying. So you'll end up, like, people will go through a gateway and there won't be a gateway on the other side. So if they don't have a bunch of rockets to get their way back, it's not fun. Alright, so we are at the world, and you can see, so one of the good things that I did early on in the season, which kind of made everything a lot easier, was to do a wither mining session around the outside of the, so for those who don't know, the main playing area for GuildRock goes from negative 4,000, 4,000 to positive 4,000, 4,000, though people are allowed to do builds and stuff outside that area. They just got to let me know. So what we're doing here is resetting it to that 4,000, but then we've also got to go through the list of locations, which is here. Go through these list of locations and also exclude it. So I do it slightly differently. You can see some people go for travels or whatever. Some people go for big travels. Bedrock's generally pretty good with their locations and, like, you know, getting rid of unused chunks, but we just kind of help it along. So as you can see, we've got a nice clear area here because I did the wither mining, which is very good. So, oops, where was that other one? What was I doing? Not OBS. I've lost my, there it is. Hello. So, let's get back to the editor. Oh, doesn't like that. Some people raid trial chambers way out there. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Some people just like to explore, and that's totally fine. That's why we have it set up like that. So the way that I do this, let's change to 2D. So I go to negative 4,000, 4,000. So this is essentially the opposite of what I just did in the end. Go all the way to there. And I always leave some extra leeway. We've got to change it to chunk selection. So you can see the clear markings here. So select that. Scroll out, and then I'm just kind of going to go roughly down to 4,000, 4,000. If you hold the, what are they, A and D at the same time, then you'll basically travel in a diagonal line. Right, so we're sort of here. Let's get to 4,000. So it's going to be somewhere around here. Zoom in. Come on, zoom in. There we go. Mouse thing's getting stuck. Alright, so we've got a pretty, looking at this side here, we've got a pretty tight corner. Alright, so I've let that one go. So now we've got to go to all those different locations, which is not as bad as it sounds. So let's put that on the, oh, bother. So we now go to all the locations, control, copy, go here, and we hit this one here that pastes that location, and we find, you can see the portal in here. So I usually just take an area slightly around it, and all I'm doing at this point is just selecting the areas that I want to keep. So this is the TQ sand area. I think this hasn't been touched. This is Joe Buffalo's area. So one thing you got to check when you're doing this is whether they have done further stuff. Right, looks like people have been here. It's not as clear at the moment. It's usually, unless he's covered it with leaves. So this is why we use amulet. So where are we? 6-9. So up here. Not quite sure. Wait. Go to that. Right, so people have been around here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at right now. So one of the things that is part of my duty, what's that? That's a birch log. This is strange. Room 69, 6, unless they've, This is weird. Unless I've made a mistake. No. So he's got that one. I'm wondering whether something has been, maybe they've gotten rid of whatever the build was there. Who knows? But just to be safe, I'm just gonna select that area. And then we just kind of check around and see whether there's been any builds, because, you know, people don't always tell me when they should. And so I always double check just to make sure. So this will be the other one from JB, who doesn't play on the server anymore, unfortunately, but his guild does, and so we preserve this stuff. And if you accidentally select an area that you shouldn't because you forget that it's right click to move and not left click, then you just reselect it. So I'll make sure that I've covered all. Come on. Alright, so we got that. And then Salty's got some things. Good to see him back playing on the server. So Homework's got a bunch of these here, which I don't think have been touched. That's these up here. These are the homework things. So these ones, there's a bunch of builds in this area, so I just got to let them load in the corners so that I get both corners. And yes, Tanya, this is something I have to do every month, and that's why it takes time to do this. But it means that the files run quicker, means that people can explore without worrying that, you know, that, I don't know, that, like, for example, Red was saying with the people going exploring trial chambers, not quite sure, so I'll just select that as well. Going raiding trial chambers, and then you can grab that all later, and that's all good. That's just part of the GuildRock experience. And then these are a bunch of portals that I found outside the area that I want to exclude from deletion. And if people have portals underground, then I can't see them. But see, that sometimes happens. Alright. How's everyone doing today? Is it, if you're in America, is it Labor Day? Today, tomorrow, Monday? I don't know when Labor Day is. because our Labor Day is in like June. And it was Father's Day yesterday for us and for New Zealand. Got that one. Okay, we're going to make sure we exclude the gold farm. I may or may not have accidentally not excluded the gold farm. Words. Not excluded the gold farm one time, and then had to do this whole process again with the copy that I had made. So that was fun. So realistically, once you know where the things are, just as long as the corners are loaded in, that's all fine. Let's go grab the brain. Don't want to accidentally delete that, because that would be annoying. I'll literally just do the chunks around that. Okay, so that is everything that I have already seen. No one's told me about anything. So I'm just going to have a quick squiz, as they say in Australia. Someone has been in an area that they probably shouldn't have. Red. And let's just check. Not seeing any builds or anything. This just looks like general exploration. That's all fine. More exploration. What is that? That looks like a ruin portal. Oh no, that's house hand area. Nothing red, nothing red. No, some people have heard about the brain and my torture chamber out there and wanted to experience the torture for themselves. I don't get it, but I guess that's... Tell people they're going to burn their hand. Sometimes they want to check whether they will actually burn their hand. The Southern Trail, yeah, I wasn't talking about the Southern Trail. I was talking about this, which is suspiciously close to the brain. No, I think that was someone else. Anyway, doesn't really matter. It's all fun and games. That looks like a ruin portal there. So Bedrock saves all these points of interest, like villages and things, even if they're miles away. So I'm just kind of having a real quick look to make sure there's the gold farm, make sure that there's nothing that shouldn't be excluded. I would venture to guess this is super going for trial chambers. Yeah, I don't know whether it was Aki. I thought he was in the nether, and that's how he triggered it. At least that's what he told me. What's that? Stone bricks and bubble column. Should probably double check on that one. So that is -1000, -42. Okay, this is outside the area. What is it? It's a ruin portal. That's okay. Yeah, doing pretty good. Had a good Father's Day, which was a lot of fun. Got stone out here. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's a real thing. Been doing a lot of running. Like 105 Ks for the last week. What's that? Dark Oaks. Oh, that's a shipwreck. 105 Ks for the last week, but I missed today. Yes, Red, I'm always suspicious when people say that I don't know what was happening. Thanks, Tanya, for rescuing Akamitsu. Alright, so my centered taskbar. Why does this bother you? Oh, that's funny. Right. Yeah, but see, if I have it on the left, then for me it's centered anyway, because I got another screen over there. And at the moment, I haven't got my third screen, which is annoying. Okay, so now we have to make sure we go delete unselected chunks. So we've selected everything that needs selecting. Yes, we did. Just making sure that I didn't not do it while I was talking. And we hit save. Come on. It feels unnatural. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I freshly installed Windows 11 and it came up centered, and I don't know, I've been through so many versions of Windows. I think the first one was 3.1 that, I don't know, I kind of like to just keep with the times. Now we reopen it because, have I checked just to make sure he didn't do something? I have not checked. I can't imagine that he has, but he might have. And I don't know, if he has, then props to him. Let's reopen that because I need to. There's a bastion here, which, because pig step is so difficult to get, I reset that one for super so that he can supply the pig step to the people. And that will be the last thing for this section. Oh, come on. It's so slow when I'm streaming. Alright, let's go to the nether. And just to show how difficult it is to see anything in the nether, you literally, all you do is you just see the roof. Good times. Okay, let's go there. Alright, looks like super hasn't been there this month, so no need to do anything further. Alright, so close that world down. Now let's, actually before I do that, no, I'm good. Okay, so it's the 6HUEPS1. So, Minecraft Worlds. Yeah, it's this one here. So, now, I just zip this up. I do archive, make sure it's a zip. Oops. Got my recording keyboard as well, so everything feels weird. I don't have all my function keys, etc. Yeah, I'll check in on it to see whether he's been able to do anything. I'm regularly in the brain. I just haven't looked since then because, again, Father's Day and a bunch of other stuff going on IRL. So now we come over to GuildRock. I like to change this one here, rename that to August. And then, so now I select that one. Onto here, upload that, and then I'm not gonna sit through this whole process on the live stream. You know how uploading works, and then literally just unzip it into here, change it to GRS7 is going to be the folder, and then basically turn the server back on and it'll be good to go. So thanks everyone for joining me on this live stream. Hopefully it has been useful. This is stuff that I've had to figure out on the fly, as I've been going along. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. I will see you sometime soon.